So we had our little hiatus there doing the Easter missions and participating in the community event for the rabbits, but now it's back to business, continuing our hunt for a 400 non-tip, and as they've now added Rocky Mountain elk skulls to the trophy lodges, looking for some trophies for that too. And as is pretty much tradition at this point, starting with a decent bull elk, 270 to 320, the kind of odd part about this one, he's coming from a spot like we never get bugles, speaking of bugles, going right as we take him out. He was up here like kind of heading up the road that would take you up into the mountains, so kind of cool to get one back there, and frankly I wouldn't be all that surprised if we find another one heading down into Mulie territory, but solid looking bull, at least it's the kind of bigger frame. Got him double lung at 19 meters, he's going to be 286, and hopefully not the biggest bull we see today. So maybe not quite as good as the last, and also just gave up on our call there, and he's gonna feed right in front of us, but another bull, like always where we encounter him, right down here on this road, sort of next to the little dredge thing over here. So I don't like trying to go for a 30-meter shot in the rain. Typically the wind's a little stronger. So he's now coming into the call again since he bugled at us. And once we can kind of see well enough, feels like the rain's even slowing down. And we're not going to be yet tracking an elk today. He absolutely face-planted right there as well. So from here, typically we get a little more into mule deer territory, but rain's clearing up. Gonna be a whole lot nicer to walk along and not listen to that. And this guy we got double lung and liver, 193, so I guess, you know, still the other bulls are biggest. Fingers crossed that doesn't remain the case. So we're kind of turning this into an elk hunt, but 345 to 395? That's a little more like if he had more back tines, we might be looking at something pretty good. So that's 27. We just scoot. I think we can just sneak this between the two trees. Looking a little more like 30, but when there's no rain, I'm way less concerned about that. However, that didn't go so well. I'm not so sure that's going to hit literally anything good. So, probably shouldn't have done that. Let's go and see what this looks like. Because I have a thought of what we could do if it's as bad as it probably is. Oh no, we got lungs. Alright, scratch that. Let's go find him. So not quite how we drew it up. And you see we hit him like in the side of the head there. That explains the sort of weird look to it. But, left lung despite that, 373 is a pretty nice elk. Glad we stopped for that one. I think we'll still do the same thing. I was going to fast trail over here and just wait him out, but since we got the lung shot, didn't need to really wait on him. Not quite the sound we want to hear, but we'll jump in the stand just in case. So what do you know? Got a pretty nice wolf just walking on in. We're not calling for that. By the way, I was trying to bring in, I don't even think it's that buck. I'm pretty sure there's another one. But considering the wolf score estimate, I think we'll try to get him, and if that buck gets too close, he'll spook, so let's make sure we get that. Really would have been nice if he was still standing still, but I think we could probably get the lead just right. That might have been a smidge high. Alright, well, that didn't quite go to plan. I bet that's not even a lung, but 75 to 85 kilo. Pretty good sign. There's a shed right there. And I guess we'll just hang around here a minute. Somehow, by the way, we've still got a buck coming in there. We've got, this was the original buck that I thought was coming in. And even though we just hit that wolf and it went running off, I think we're going to be fine. And really, had we dropped them, I'd have gotten out and these bucks would be gone. If we're going to get them both, we're going to have to drop this guy pretty soon. So, see if we can do a little better. Nope. Dropping things ain't exactly happening today. Now that's a really cool looking buck, and maybe by some definitions, you could argue that's not typical. He's got at least 3 stickers. I think maybe even a 4th. But what we really need to not do is add to our total of things we gotta go and track. I was actually going to look for the track of the buck we hit, and I couldn't even find it, so that's a little more like it. Make sure nothing else is coming in before we get out. So we'll go and grab that. We'll try to even figure out where we hit that buck. I thought that shot was okay, so we'll see, but this is like a nearly 160. I bet it's going to be 140s. 129, oh my. That's so much deduction. There's the huge drop tine there. Big old kicker there by the brow tine. There's that little sticker. I thought I could maybe see one by his other brow tine. Must have just been the sun, but that might be our record for most deductions on a muley of that size. But now we gotta go and figure out what happened here, it can't have been good. Because there's fleeing tracks already. If it were a long shot, there'd still be lung blood like this close in. So, gonna mark that, go find the wolf, come back, find this. That, you know, the wolf's decent, so it's gonna be worth it, but that could have gone better. If there's one positive here, it seems the bucks are attracted to wolf blood or something. 170 to 200 for that rack. If he didn't have that one sticker there, because you can definitely get 190 plus for this, I think he's probably gonna be, I don't know, maybe pushing 180s? Oh boy. We're spotted, it's 25, I don't like it. Okay, we're not tracking that one. And I guess one other positive, we sat here and called him in for so long, the wolf's dead, for sure. The buck's gotta be close to dead by now. And I'm curious what this guy's gonna score. We got him lung, liver, stomach. That's going to be 175, not bad. There's something else here too. Shocker. Looks like a whole group of does, so that's gonna spook everything around, but it's fine at this point. So finally, 12 years later, our wolf, about 80 kilo, body shot at 23 meters of course, 16.56 is solid. That's right about the size that we typically skull mount. You know, sometimes they're albino when we do that, but not in this case. So we'll do a skull mount. There's a bunch of spots in the, like, second floor of the lodge. So let's do that and get a quick trophy shot. And in all honesty, this isn't a great spot to get a wolf trophy shot anyway, so I think we're just going to call that good, because we still have a buck to go and track, and so long as we don't run into anything else on the way, we can at least be caught back up. And with one more long track, we are officially caught up. We shot him right in the eye. I don't know how many times we've done that. We weren't too far off with the bull elk earlier. We got intestines. I never did find a singular drop of blood. We went from tracks to probably what would have been roaming blood in the water, but we're caught up so we can head up the river to the north now. So I figured I'd stop by our new tree stand editing spot, for one just to see if anything would come in, but also I forgot to grab the e-collar and hopefully we can get on a Puma or two today, so having that'll be pretty crucial. But also, even though we dropped that one, it's kind of fitting that our shots haven't been so great today, because this spot keeps on producing, and certainly aligns in this particular instance. I don't know what's going on, but we've got a Piebald Mule buck here now. Got a couple of stickers it looks like, but still 145 to 170, and our best couple of rare mule bucks are all in this area. And I think the stickers might do the same thing. Our best Piebald's like 149, should have been 150s, but a few stickers knocked him below that. I don't know if that'll be the case, but it's been so many tree stand editing kills, and they've all been at the different stands. This is our new kind of like main one, by the way, but we had our 243 over here, we had our super rare with the not tip of the mellow doe over there. All these spots are producing right now, and mule deer are just being super kind to us, so I guess maybe we'll just go for that since he's standing still. It's about 27 meters, and he doesn't seem too interested in moving right now. That did not drop him, unfortunately, and that might not even be a bad thing, because maybe he'll go to a better spot for a trophy shot. I don't know if the water is still buggy, but I should have thought of that. Should have let him get closer either way. I kind of think it's going to be single lung, and if he does all this, he ain't going to go too far. I hadn't even realized it. I mean, literally, our stand is right there. So, he ran all around. It's a body hit. And I guess he just ended up right back here. Not too bad, but pretty decent looking piebald. I don't know if he's quite 160 frame, but I think there's a chance it's our biggest rare muley ever, and just slowly but surely, incrementally, like bit by bit, we've been increasing that. I think the stickers are going to hurt him a little bit, but let's take a look here. It was body hit, obviously 11-minute wound time, 155, I think does make him our best, so don't skull him out a rare, we have learned that, and now, we'll try to get a trophy shot, and the only thing is he's still close to the water, so trophy shot poses down in the water are bad, but I think we got enough room here. And also, I thought I saw a second sticker of some kind, but I think it's only the one. But we went ahead and did this the old-fashioned way. We didn't use the trophy shot pose. And I think it actually turned out pretty good. We haven't done, like, the serene hunter trophy shot pose in a while. So we're going to get this in pretty close. That looks really cool. We got the arrow there, which unfortunately just, I guess we should have been, like, up in here instead. But it shows the bow really well, as much of the piebald pattern as possible, even shows the sticker. Pretty darn cool, and our mule deer luck lately is just off the charts. So we've been for like a month having these trees and editing clips inserted into these videos. That's the last one that I currently have. But there was a crazy streak there of around a week where we had that 243 Muley, our Piebald there, the super rare with the non-tip and the mellow doe. Just crazy, crazy luck. But that's all, you know, officially now in videos, as you've seen that. And now we have the e-collar, so if we find any Pumas up ahead, we can actually bring them in. So finally, at least a big frame Muley. He's 180 to 210, so he will, just by virtue of that estimate, be the best one we've had so far. And maybe we can get back on the right track with shooting. So he's gonna keep on moving. That'll be just fine. And it seems like if we're gonna find one thing today, we find like 5. There was a smaller buck under us, there was a couple of does, but far and away the best option was this guy. Now he's got 2 short tines, but I think both beams are good. He could be close-ish to 190. Got him spine 1, that'll do it. Left lung and liver as well, 192, so solid. Kind of figured that was gonna happen, but got a bull elk, so we're just gonna sidestep that. Kind of surprised we'd survive that, but we're coming up to like the last area I want to check for Pumas, and of course today we actually have the collar again. No sign of any, no sounds, nothing. So we'll try to bring that bull in and also figure out what to do about that. And unless there's a Puma up here, maybe just beyond what we can see, we might not be getting one today. It's not a bad looking bull, so this cow's sneaking in here. We're gonna go ahead and get that. I think I may have heard like a distant Puma sound, and I'll be honest, I never have any luck calling them in unless like I actually get the call that brings up the little ping on the hunter bait. But we'll go ahead. It ain't gonna affect the elk coming in. Do that, and maybe he comes down here. So we're looking at 330 to 380 for that guy. He's into about 25. And the one thing I don't love is this setup. If that Puma does come in, and again, like, I never have him show up. So I'm not expecting it. It'd be really easy for it to get here close, and we wouldn't be able to see. But I don't really know of anything better, so give it a couple minutes, see what happens. Are you kidding me? It's actually coming in. I think it's a male, too. Forever to spot at 60 to 95 kilo, not bad, but just sat here, waited it out. And with a decent shot, felt like straight to the head, but we'll get an extra Puma kill today with the Mosin, which, frankly, I don't even remember if we used for the rest of this hunt. So good to get to use it. But we got our cow elk back here, which we double lunged. And by the way, for a hunt that started off with, like, terrible shooting, luckily everything worked out here, because probably wouldn't have been too hard to mess up the shot on maybe either. Yeah, there's some crossings over there, but I wouldn't have been shocked if the cow would have turned around and ran up the mountain. Obviously, the bull could have. Puma may have never come in. That's a 366, so a couple of nice bulls. Extra Puma kill, and I think our best buck was maybe 192. Pretty solid hunt, and we have a piebald to go back and take a look at. So even that guy's 15.4, not bad. And also, in addition to our piebald buck, we had the wolf skull mount. Now, obviously, a pretty good problem to have, but we had to pick and choose what to remove for our piebald buck, and we had a smaller piebald whitetail up there, so I thought at 155, which I believe is our biggest rare muley ever, that's a little better than I think it was a 113 piebald whitetail. So we had this 150 albino, that was our best, we got that last July, just slightly improving on that with a 155 here today. Now if we go upstairs, there's a bunch of these little like sort of pedestals for the skull mounts, and we've got these two here, but I think in between like all these plaques basically, you can do more. So there's a lot more potential for it. We've got a wild boar that we shot in January here. Boy, do I not remember that at all. 1059? Don't really know when that happened, but then we have a 16.5 wolf opposite that, and next to a 16.85 that we killed on stream a couple of weeks ago. Not a bad deal at all. So I like to see that. Always good to improve the lodge. And as I said, finally getting that last trees and editing Timbergold clip out of the way. Just slowly been working them into videos. It's really nice, like when we have that kind of luck, to have those sorts of things that we can include. And in the case of today, a couple of pretty cool kills. One from a few weeks back, one from today. Good deal, making our lodge even better. So anyway, that's going to do it for this video. As always, thank you guys for watching, and I'll see you next time.